Right, it wouldn't be a me stream if I didn't have at least 4 minutes of delay. Oh, well. Right then. Okay. Well, yeah, in case someone is wondering, I mean, no one's watching right now yet, but like, if someone is wondering why this socket looks darker, right? I mean, they should really go into the wash because I haven't washed them in like weeks. Months probably at this point, we're not talking too much about it. But yeah, the reason is because I'm wearing actually another sock underneath it. Because I clipped briefly my toes, so they didn't start poking holes into it. Because they were starting to get long, and then I proceeded to just cut slightly too deep into the bed of my big toe. And while the bleeding has stopped, I'm just not trusting it quite, so I'm just like, yeah, let's just like not gamble on that. Let's just hope that doesn't. Let's just. Oh yeah, I started on my overlay before I started ACC. Right, rookie mistakes here tonight. No, okay, no, we're not starting the engine. Oh god, I'm already all over the place. Yeah, this is fun. We shall see. I may be too focused right now, and certain other considerations are having. Like thinking, not negative ones. I'm thinking through how to. I've had some breakthroughs on data race. Specifically, writing a secondary application to handle, well, another part of it. Specifically handling the tracking if a game has started and stopped, and creating the shared memory maps for it. And the shared memory map pass through. Because an application that will be as easy to use as Mango Hut, but like will allow the plugins themselves to not to have stupid amounts of code to make certain things work. They don't need to do basically anything. I can just put a dbus reader into ACC and into data race itself, so you can get events off the dbus. Then you can listen out for a certain game launching as a plugin, and then if that game launches, you can like, yes, I want that. And if you know that you started just up, you probably won't get the signal of the game launch, but like you can just check a certain file on the operating system to see if the game has already been launched already. Nice. Oh yeah, right, because this was supposed to become actually the end delivery. That's why I have 2 versions of it. Right, that's why. Oh, there's a Sudo endurance delivery for the Porsche. Oh god, that takes ages to load. Ah, that looks interesting. Oh boy, me just pressing any other delivery just makes it like take ages to generate all the files. Yeah, let's not do that any further. We've bad enough. We're driving still this livery. One more time at least. Hey, buddy. Right. Leak server here. I find it interesting that I have to type the password every single time with these guys. I don't know why. What they're doing specifically to make that happen. Track is green, 14 degrees Celsius. Ooh. It's even colder. Oh, I see. I see. Because technically, I think people voted for them to drive the Audi. Well, technically, also people voted for them to drive the Ryder, but they decided that is too much torture, which, you know, the bigger problem was I was about to made a mistake on the change. So there's my Suzuka setup. I mean, I basically ran this. The thing is, though, what will be different to V-Track is we won't be splashing and dashing. We'll just be splashing and dashing. We won't be actually refueling in this. We won't be changing tires in this race. Because this is not because you don't need to change tires in here, so we'll just. Although the thing is, we have like massive time acceleration here. Right. Yeah, I thought so. Like they are seeing like time multiplier x4. Yeah. Kind of gives it away, right? So. But yeah, with 4 times time acceleration and us starting at 4 AM, the race will then lead till 8 AM in-game time. Yeah, it's like... and rectification. Alright, okay. I mean, the track is green, so it's not like there's a lot of grip to go around with this. I don't know what the weather is set yet to that track is green, although. Yeah, I should have probably checked. What the what day practice is configured for, because I don't remember really having to drive in green with these guys here, but maybe this is because, you know, they pick usually midday, evening sessions, and this is here a morning 4 AM session. If you set this to Friday at 4 AM, then obviously there has been 0 running on the circuit, so it will be obviously green. But if you set it to Friday 12 PM, then usually the track will have some rubber at least on it. Should have used pit sync before I went into this session. Guess I could rectify that. Let's just do a brief shakedown lap. Get some. I mean, we don't technically have to turn the headlights on it. It also seemed to not do much. Yeah, it will be interesting to see the temperature rise throughout the sessions. At least we will see the track in one of the most beautiful conditions you can have. Oh boy. Yeah, I totally did drive a race on Saturday here. No, totally, just... It's totally not... utterly weird that I don't know how to drive 130R. I mean, at least we don't have to deal with an Aston in a straight line. I keep having PTSD from having to fight Aston Martins. Hello there, Frab. Labut. Let's see where this slippery track clocks us in. Especially also with a high fuel load that I put into the car. Holy shit, this thing understeers a lot. I guess the heavy fuel load is doing that. And the lack of, grip. Ventrix did something for you. That sounds nice. Yeah, 2:02.89. Not much faster, actually. The lap time Cam's put in already. This was with me flying off the circuit in one of the corners. It also seems like I have fuel for a while right now tanked. Ah, got invalidated there. Tire pressure's all a bit low in the rear, but like otherwise alright. To lift a lot there to get it to rotate. Yeah, right. The lap was still validated from deck this time around. Which, I have a tendency to, for some reason, refer to Degners as lesbos. into the Lesmos as Deck does. It's really weird. Definitely made this mistake. Not just in my head, but spoken out loud at least more than one time. Yeah, Jones just put them in a 2-minute 02.1, which would have been already faster than my last time. And I have all right to assume that he's driving the same amount of fuel as I'm circling around with. Oh, hello, fan in my wheel. It's nice hearing from you again. Jesus Christ, how much I need to lift right now. In V-Track I got away with just running like over 230 in through that corner. I don't have to lift so much to get through there. Alright, we have a little time stop. 2 minutes already. So 1, 2 minutes, 2 minutes 8, so somehow even slower than last time. I love it. I love when that happens. When the lap that I finally put together is being slower than the previous one. It do make any amount of sense. Oh, way right there. Someone didn't lose time though through the hairpin, so that either indicates the line previously was very bad there. Or that you can, you know, make up some time by running deeper. Probably both. Oh, it's very fun. These two are now fighting each other. For the fastest time, and I'm over here just like, may I get a 10, please? Jesus fucking Christ, Tom. Could you, like, calm down a bit? Like, he just pulls out a fucking second out of his lap time while I can just... Like, hey, I can get 3 10s here. That's all that it gets out of mine. But he just pulls out a fucking second out of this. Suddenly. Ah, fuck. Touched a tiny amount too much curb. That's all that was needed to go around. Okay, great, awesome. The brakes on the curb didn't work. Right, I wanted to briefly sync actually livery, so go figure. Because the livery looks, without anything loaded, not great. So The thing is, I need to at least leave the session for this to work. I would like to open the program. I know you're running. No new deliveries found. Pretty sure I'm falling. Yeah, I'm falling the Sudo pack. I guess I don't have any. Okay, well, they don't have a delivery then.
Green line.
Yeah, Tom doesn't have a delivery. That's the answer. Jones definitely has one. It's running the Sudo endurance livery. Yeah, I was burning like 3 liters a lap or something like that. To check my own stream right now, usually just to get some numbers. Some known good numbers. Yeah, 2.9 roughly. I'm burning that. So, how much fuel do I need in the race then? I'm burning 2.9. 9 times 30 laps. That's 87 liters. You can only do like 30 laps. That seems very low to me right now, because I did start VTrack with like 62 liters. And I finished and refueled like... Did I refuel 20 or 30 liters? I mean, that comes out roughly with like 87 liters. Right. So, yeah. I have to at least pick up 1 liter of fuel in a pit stop. For Qualy, I can obviously run less. I mean, I'm more gutted with like Tom's I would say his first lap suddenly deciding like, hey, let me pull out like 7/10 suddenly. Like a second out of his own lap, and I'm like, yay, I found 2/10. It was like pain yo. On the other hand, I was on a full fuel tank, so but he was probably as well. But yeah, man, like 7 cars. I mean, that was roughly the number I had in the 3-hour race on Saturday to Sunday night. Yeah, we didn't have any turnout for that one either. Like, the turnout for that. They had that was a 4.5-hour race that was shortened to 3. Like, that's already, like, great. They shortened that already. And then we lost a couple people because they had issues with the server config. And had to restart twice before we got a lobby that would work. They didn't configure a maximum total drive time, so you ended up with... We would have been all disqualified if we actually started the race. Because if you set a stint timer, you have to set a maximum under drive time. You cannot set the stint timer independently, and that's what they tried to do. And didn't follow the manual, which is kind of explicit about that. Not like the end of the world in the end. Yeah, I do sometimes ask myself, where do the people go? Because, you know, like, there were so many people signed up in Monza and then just didn't turn up for any of the other rounds. It's like, I mean, there was also, like, the race winners. Yeah, good luck to you as well. I'm kind of not looking forward to getting my ass beat up again on this track. You know, I guess I need more preparation for the next for the remaining season of V-Track because this is going to continue happening with me. I might have won that race, but like I'm not gonna win the others. I think also the bob here is like 8 kilograms more, something like that. Always the same for the last few races. Yeah, true. It's like, if they were like, had we over 30 for Monza? I mean, there are reasons why a lot of leagues only run 6 or 7 rounds. It's just kind of to prevent this. It will also suck is like I don't have to launch advantage anymore. Because I'm all up against other Porsches. That's pain. Where's my water bottle? Back at 4 AM now. I do need to raise the tire pressure still, definitely. Wait, track is wet? Excuse me, what? Right, okay, I think what we're gonna do then, is I will just try out how well this car how well we can do on dry tires with this. Right. So we go up 2 psi on pressure. And then just drive dry tires. As Porsche it can handle to a certain extent, so trying to be used, but like it's gonna get interesting, that's... Right. Fucking hell. I think the game is not telling me that the optimum tire is the right tire right now. The wet tire, so I don't know if it is drying out already, or if we're just sort of waiting for that still. It is overcast and it's cold, so I don't know how well the drying will actually commence. Fuck me, Jesus. I get some feel right now for it. Most people are out, says Darren. It would be interesting to see who's also running dry tires like me. We definitely have to slow down for 130. Yeah. Let's see how slow our first lap will be. If we even get a valid time in. So last time we had here massive oversteer, still issues, Jesus! Staying flat for now. .211 from me is the first actually valid time on the board. .207 from Ventos, however, immediately dethrones me by multiple seconds. Which is just fun. Like 5 seconds, Jesus. You must be on a different compound to be this much faster. But the camps is also still behind me. Might not be the only one driving out here with dry tires around the circuit already. It is drying, but like I don't think it is fast enough right now for my... Well, the track has gone to damp, so... If we're continuing like this, I might actually catch him. Because I made up more ground than him on that lap. And again, the real gain will be once the track actually dries off. Then again, he will likely swap to dry tires as well. And the track is now snowballing towards better conditions, or... Well, the tires are snowballing towards better conditions. Fuck. Too hot. Conditions still damp. Okay, we still can't really do more than 200 for there. Grip just still isn't there. Jesus. Fuck. I suddenly have a lot more oversteer here, and I'm not cautious enough anymore. Clearly I'm attacking too much at this point. I'm not finding that much gain for having missed effectively a lap of gains. And for not massively oversteering there, I also didn't gain much. Good for lamp time to have such oversteer there. And the key ingredient is to be running when the track is best. Tom is now also in the pits. He may likely be considering swapping onto the rise. Precisely enough fuel for this one more lap. I don't know if it would be a better idea to just return to pits and go out again. And basically lost all lap time there. Might just about spot out of fuel over the line. .3, 0.2. Now it will be enough to go full throttle over the first line. Now it's out of fuel. Now it ran out of fuel. Alright, confirm back to pits. Let's see how much we shredded this tire set from running it in damp conditions for... Well, actually not that badly. Like, it ran 15 minutes in drenched condition and it only got light graining. That's honestly not too bad. But you know, says something about what sort of how bad this could usually get. So, more pressure, fresh tile set. Let's go then, shall we? I mean, the only time I've out-qualified Tom was actually in a wet qualifying session, so... Although a wet to dry session is a bit of a different beast. Yay, 3 hours of sleep, that sounds great. And you haven't had any before. Got VIP tickets to a GT3 race. You know how little this narrows it down which series that is. Okay, Darren just placed his lap time in P2. I need to find at least 1.3 seconds still from the track further drying out. Yeah, the track has gone greasy now. Which it will probably stay for the rest of the session. Hey, the sun is peeking over the horizon now. At least compared to real life, we're not getting completely blinded. Oh fuck, I missed fucking third one. Yeah, I mean, that happens. Come on! But yeah, it happens that you occasionally run into people you don't like. Places like that. Best thing to do is just ignore them. Things now behind me. It's not too reassuring. Tom is in the pits again. He might be now just going on to dries. Can finally carry like 10k more for this corner. Basically the entire session we were stuck at 210 there. 200 there. Due to conditions. Let's see if I can I can do here without flying off the circuit. Name me a person that doesn't like cake as a concept. Well, actually, there probably are. There are people that hate fun, so you know. The question is, what cake is always the good question. That's definitely something up for discussion always. I feel like if I use VM, something in my neck would be flared up too often. Yeah, probably. I mean, these headsets are not light on your head, so... Not that they're like stupid heavy. It's still, like, if you have neck problems, that for sure isn't gonna be nice. I mean, the looking around stuff, that doesn't like matter too much, but like the entire thing of just the weight is probably what will get you. Okay. I mean, the weight for sure usually causes more issues. How it loads your head and neck due to that. Okay. Much gain out of the final corner. Right now we are in pole position, but Ventus definitely is out here with dry tires as well. I'm definitely no longer the only one likely doing this. I have currently an advantage that my tires are vaguely in a pressure range that works. But if the track ticks over, if it goes from greasy to greasy just before it goes to green, the tire pressures rise massively. And if that happens, my tires will be massively overpressured. Because I'm running like plus 2.8 psi just to get the tires to vaguely act correctly. Not getting that much gain right now on the flap. Still not that fast for that corner. Broke very early there. Still no improvement from him. Still hasn't responded. I have one more lap to go and just more than one lap of fuel. But this lap will matter. Thank you for fucking bringing advertisement into my screen. I love that. But yeah, Tom just responded now finally. And obviously found a second on his own time. Because of course he does. But I'm not far off doing an improvement that can challenge him. But he has also one more lap of fuel remaining likely. I've had now 2 bad corners there, so that's not helping. I need to find 210s. I don't know if the last few corners will lend them to me. Oh, they're so close. But that's not good. Yeah, we're close. Will it be enough though? Oh, that's cowardly. A lot of time found there. I mean, if he can complete his next lap, he probably has it anyway back. Isn't much of a question. It's not much of a response from me. Likely insufficient. But it does mean right now that I'm at least P2 because... well, actually no, because Gresswald... Okay, Gresswald is also in the pits now. So it's just him now. No clue how much he's up now. On his lap, let's see where he comes out with this. And of course he pulls out fucking 2 seconds. Why? Why am I even fucking trying at this point? It's like, come on, I'm fighting to get a second out of it, and he just like fucking pulls 2 seconds out of his ass. Like, what fucking bullshit. It's like, how are you supposed to fight these shit? People are just perpetually lucky in life. Right, okay, there was an explosion next to my house yesterday. That shook the whole house. What? I got 2 minute ones at Suzuka. Yeah, I mean, I drove, last time I drove here 2 minute zeros at 18 degrees Celsius temperatures. But again, this track was greasy. So, you know, We didn't have much grip here. It started with a completely wet session with no rain, and it dried out from there. At 4 to 8 in the morning because it's 4x time acceleration. But yeah, I did some math before before qualifying for what fuel consumption I would need for this. Right, okay, so we do probably want... I mean, the front tires was roughly in the correct pressure range. The rear tires need a bit more of a bump. So that's what we need to do. I mean, we don't need tires, we just need 1 liter fuel. Like, why was there an explosion next to your house? Like, what is happening over there? Darren won the last time out. That's why he has a 15-second penalty. He's 2 positions behind me. It's just, at least something. Live close to a mining facility, okay. But who's about to die, I salute you. Greifswald starting from last. Yeah, I mean, besides the coordinated Porsche group, we have 2 Fords, a Lexus, an Aston, and a Ferrari. So that's something. I mean, yeah, this happened. However, we'll be driving on a green track, which is also like just fun. That'll be fun. I'm gonna do with a green track. Right. Another 55 seconds remaining before we can finally grid. It was painfully slow at this point. Open this menu again. Go off the jacks again.
20 seconds.
Start the engines. Headlights on. At least low beam. Oh, falling off. Stop configured.
Stay single file.
You're not allowed to get high before your surgery coming up. Yeah, I mean, that's a sound decision, yeah. Suzuka's every weep's favorite track. I don't like it because it's in Japan. I like it because it's a good flowing track. I do quite like the circuits for how it flows genuinely. Even though I've won here quite a few times. I've been actually reasonably successful here, but also I feel like I'm not that fast here on this circuit specifically. It isn't particularly a strong circuit for me, even if I have clutched some wins here before. It is one of my favorites, that's for sure. At least in this game. I like Watkins Glen and Indy as well. What other opinions do I have in terms of circuits? I mean, the most controversial opinion about racetracks I have is that I like Indy. I think Indy is an actually good circuit. Indy road course. Okay, now that reveals finally what race it was. I mean, the thing is, it doesn't quite actually reveal the series, because this is... Isn't it SRO America's series? Like, I don't know the name, actually, of the series in this case. But yeah, it's... But yeah, the Indy... I quite like the Indy road course, at least in ACC. I loathe it completely in fact that you every single one of the 3 layouts. I hate it. The oval I like, actually. The oval I quite like. One of... I think in the list of like my last 3 or 4... last 5 R-Factor 2 races I've ever done. One of them was... 2 of them were, I think, Indy races at Indy. One with the IndyCar and one with, I think it was the Xfinity Series car, if I remember correctly. Although I don't like too much actually driving Indy cars at Indy. Not that good. I won the Indy, even though I won that race with the IndyCar. I didn't quite win the stock car race. That was a very interesting race, I do have to say, though, still. I had missed most of that entire stock car series. I'd only run the preseason round that I won. I didn't have the time for the other rounds, but like then I ran the last round. and proceeded to fight for the win there, but like it just ended up short by less than a hundredth of a second. No, less than a hundredth. It was, I think, about a tenth that I was behind. It's definitely a photo finish. Alright, Tom already disappeared 1 second up the road. That's fun. Well, yeah, I think it's the IVGTC then. But the thing is that the IVGTC oftentimes just like, you know, it is just includes another race. It's like, oh, you have a nice race here. Wouldn't it be a shame if I just happened to add it to my calendar too? Man, he took a lot of curb there. Like, his car barely made that work. Yeah. That was a bit wide. This thing keeps following me right now. Which is a bit critical because, you know, it might actually have straight line speed compared to me. You hate this track? Where did Suzuka touch you? Everywhere. Yeah, I keep losing time to it. Tom is just going a second pull-up faster than me. In my own car! Oh, I got it validated as well. Doesn't make life easier because it means I can hardly pace myself. Two minutes 01 from him. Well, half a second I was slower apparently. Purely according to, you know, the actual lap time. Problem is the Mustang is like just has super glued itself to my rear bumper. Tom definitely had an interesting line through there, but still ended up gaining time. Make it make sense. Oh, come on, not again. I just overcommit a bit too much. I lose so much time in the fucking final chicane. It's really weird how everybody keeps running the chicane so much faster than me. It's also fun that, you know, he keeps finding more lap time while I actually lose lap time. Well, I was matching him for most of the first sector. Like, thanks. And I also just, like, get a valid time in. But yeah, that Mustang is trouble because he just makes up so much ground on the straights. It's not funny. He gets within a half a second, I'm basically toast already. But yeah, I just cannot find anything right now faster than 202 on this much fuel. And this... It's a bit annoying. Oh, and then it gets sucked onto the curb. Yeah, the predicted lap time just keeps sitting at the same numbers. It just does not want to decrease. Come on, you can run 201s. You can also stay in the circuit here, please. I guarantee if I try to brake a millimeter later for the stupid chicane, I will just completely miss the entire chicane. I finally have a valid time in, at least, so that's something. From which we can start working towards, I don't know what. Tom keeps just materializing lap time out of thin air. So that's just like fun. I mean, he can literally go a second faster because he can do 201s lows. Well, he can probably sub at this rate. But my Porsche refuses profoundly to do anything further than this. Like, he just has that extra bit of grip, but it's really weird. Darren isn't keeping up with me though. Yeah, sub 2 minutes of ones. So despite me improving, we ended up more or less precisely losing 1 second. Which again, remind you, he has maybe a 10-second time penalty, but like, he's basically halfway in terms of nullifying that. Barring any funny pit stop strategy he might be running, which, you know, he might be running a tire change. God knows if that is a good idea. We're slowly starting to finally lose the Mustang behind. Which, that's a good thing. Wait, isn't that Mustang actually the guy who we... Oh yeah! That would make sense who this guy is. I remember now, this is the guy who won Laguna Seca. Come on, car, why did you not turn? And no improvement this lap. Well, I mean, Tom was also slow, but like, still. This probably suggests that the Mustang will likely be running again a no tire change strat, because that's what the Mustang ran back in Laguna Seca with me. It was Darren who changed tires in that race. He couldn't pass the Mustang in the end. Back to 2-minute 01s again. Made up a bit of ground in terms of my lap times, but not even that much. And now I'm even slower than my own lap time. And I'm just a quarter of the way in and I'm completely off the track here. And then completely messed up the braking additionally. That's all for lamps you don't need. Especially when you put on a lap time, it would be far more achievable for you. Darren is not losing ground to me any further though, despite a Mustang slowly pushing himself in front of him. The Mustang is dropping back, but Darren really... Okay, now they've... Both of them must have had a side-by-side moment and they're now a second behind. Oh, I'm constantly like just matching my own lap times. Well, that regularly happens. This thing is still in front right now. Okay, the car's sliding slightly over the tires, a bit more than usual. Just agonizingly slowly creeping away. Similar to qualifying the V-track was for me, where it's like I would find some 10th here and there, like not even 10th, like hundreds of a second here and there, and then they just get nibbled away. I would lose it again. I'm not having like 100%. Oh, come on. I'm having so many issues with 130R right now. Like, it was a complete non-issue during V-Track. But, like, now? All of a sudden, I just can't do 130R anymore. I keep flying off, effectively. Apparently my fuel calculator actually predicts that I need to refuel 1.4 liters. Which, that's not good. Because I should have put enough fuel in for the entire race. But I must have burned too much on the formation lap with brake dragging, so... Formation laps can quite heavily hit into your fuel consumption. And I clearly didn't quite account for that. Alright, this is sort of a slow lap. Why can't I drive this corner suddenly? I mean, I could never drive this one properly, but like... Why is like everything just like suddenly completely falling apart? He's still lapping one lower 101s. But like I've dropped down to O2s. Damn! Hello car, but you can't like, slide out there. We have another 37 minutes for your tires to do. And there's not really a reason to just, you know, quit now on me. I'm getting more and more isolated here. With the Mustang and Darren dropping back and Tom running away in the front. It do be like that. Yeah, my fucking time just keeps going up. I don't know why. Like, the car is just dropping off now. So early in the race, which is really annoying. Looks to continue being overcast. While my lap times continue being fucking freefall, and he still doesn't have any tire drop off. Like, come on, dude. Oh, I'm also noticing something that is probably not helping me. Oh, I fucking didn't change my brakes from qualifying. I've been using my rear brakes too much the entire time. And running excessive amounts of ABS. It's just I didn't notice because the lap times were alright. God damn it! I mean, at least I don't change my fucking engine mixture. But your track is still green. I mean, that's the biggest thing that like isn't helping me. It just isn't rubbering in the track right now. And oh boy, he's just running away here. There's just nothing you can do if someone else has more pace than you. Like, they will just win. As long as they're not stupid and fucking, yeah. Run out of fuel, you know, crash. Well, not paying attention. Twice. To be more precise, even. Yeah, full second for me off my own pace right now. I'll just end up free fall here. Yeah, still doesn't change that this car doesn't turn for this corner. Quite as well as I expected to do. Got a slightly slower lap, but like obviously when he has a slightly slower lap, my combine completely destroys itself for good. And he's now 10 seconds ahead, so this is all he technically needs to get away with his pit stop. But then again, he has another 33 minutes to go, and I will be highly surprised if he runs a different strategy than he did in Paul Ricard. Considering his pace isn't dropping really off, I assume he has no reasons to slow down at all. Compared to me, whose tires seem to be starting to fucking depart already on this green track. Yeah, half a second off the pace for me. Oh, he's on running. I don't know, is he actually dropping off now? It's... Two minutes at 1.6 from him. I still lost half a second there. He seems to have also just dropped off by half a second, I guess. Problem is his base time was just like half a second faster than me. The thing was till coming out of Spoon, I'd barely lost any time throughout the lap, and then he suddenly took 4/10 out of me for the rest of the lap. Which is just quite weird. Last time around he has taken only 2/10 out of me. Ah, that's not good. Yeah, Degna is an absolute nightmare on track limits. If you happen to just run in hot, you are likely getting a track cut for that. While 130R, you can actually still get away by lifting off. There is more than enough runoff there to get away with it. I don't quite know why Darren hasn't gone for the undercuts, considering he's stuck in traffic. Like, most of us know we are double stinting the tires. So, going for the undercut, taking the fuel is not much of a problem. You're not losing that much time. Oh yeah, I also have someone left as a lapped car in between. was a tad wide, but apparently that's still in bounds. Oh. Jeez, that cost a lot of time on the exit. Oh yeah, Darren has now actually committed to pitting. Probably the reason why Darren hadn't pitted earlier is because Darren did go for full service, likely. But I haven't, you know, looked when he came out of the pit, so I don't know if he actually did full service. I mean, I might like to come in and do my pit stop. Start predicting about 1.6 liters needed to get to the end. I need to actually run out of fuel. Like, you know, the guy that's leading right now did once. We're taking 5 liters, just in case. That is 1 second of refueling time. You will live with that expenditure. The track continues to just be green. How the fuck is my gap fluctuating this hard right now? He must have like skipped the chicane or something. Just now because... No, he's coming in. Right, so we've spawned here now. Let's see what does he do for pit service. Because if he does just... Nah, he will have to stand 10 seconds there after all. So we're gonna... take a second. Come on up the jacks. Yeah, he's doing at least more fuel than me. But it does surprise me quite a bit that he's changing tires. He's now done with his pit stop. He's exited about 25-26 seconds behind me. He had... Yeah, I mean, with his gap and everything, yeah, that's up. That's a full service from him. It's gonna be interesting, though. See if he can run that down now. Well, actually, there's only 23 minutes to go, so it's not like this is really worth it. Darren is even further back. Probably also done full service. I lost in the first half of the race about 14 seconds, so... But then again, I will have now... My pace would be improving from this point on. Right, I will be banished to 2-minute 02s and... he can run me down with like at least up to 1.5 seconds per lap. And there's a good 12 laps to go at this point. So we shall see. Like he has to gain 2 seconds a lap to make this work. Even a tad bit more probably. So I will definitely suffer from a drop off. See what we can do here. Come on, car, please. Reality is, though, that he's already taken nearly 2 seconds out of me in this lap. Boy, that's not good. Like, he took the, you need to gain 2 seconds a lap and just said, bet. Yeah, 2 minutes 028. Jesus, my times are going through the fucking roof right now. Come on, car, you can definitely do lower 2-minute 02s still. I'm sure of that. Some of these going fast, it's more like my car's just decided, hey, we did a pit stop, so now the tires will just do fucking worse. Yeah, I'm not finding any time. I don't know where... Like, I should be a bit faster than this. Showed up 08 immediately. No. 2.8 immediately, more like a 2.5 or 2.3 would be more like what I expect of the car this stage. But even if you bring realistic expectations, sometimes you still get disappointed by this thing. The lap is a bit better. So he's taking quite large chunks out of me already. Jesus, that's wide. Time to win at Suzuka again. Well. Compared to V-Track, this series does requires just refueling. There's mandatory refueling, but no mandatory minimum refueling time or anything like that. So I didn't change tires. Well, the leader did. The leader also had a 10-second time penalty for, well, because success penalty from last round. Because they are doing here 15 seconds for win, 10 seconds for second place, 5 seconds for third place. And I didn't compete last round, so I didn't get time penalty for that. That's the whole thing, but it's still like, I'm not sure these 20 seconds are gonna last me. Although, I mean, we're down to 16 minutes, so it's like, it's better. So he's like nearly taking 2 seconds out of me right now. Ah! But yeah, I was not expecting them to actually make that blunder in the pit stops. It seems like I keep winning races because people just do the wrong strategies. So I think the track is still green right now. What's the condition? Yeah, track is still green right now. It's just not rubber again. Oh yeah, the other guys are in Porsches as well. That's the fun part. Not everyone, but Darren and Tom, 2 guys, and well, actually, the guy that's leading right now, I'm not technically leading the race, I've just noticed. On the technicality that someone hasn't done their pit stop yet. Who may then inherit P3 then, after the pit stop. But yeah, I've technically not led a lap yet. Because that guy is running to the end. He's definitely like me splashing. And it's not too surprising, the last time I encountered him at Laguna Seca, where he also won. He ran that same strategy. He pitted there, however, roughly around the halfway point. 1 lap before me. I'd retained the lead due to doing that. I do, however, find interesting that he hasn't done it this time around. Because Darren definitely has pitted, who he was actively fighting with. But maybe he used the relative to, used the standings to check if Darren is standing for a long time or short. And due to Darren standing long, he probably decided, like, I'll continue running. I'm actually making up grounds on the effective race leader right now. There's also a lap car in between. Because of course there's a lapped car even with 8 cars only on the circuit. This series, man, this series has just suffered. The funny part is during the height of like, when it was really fucking hot in summer, we had like the most people. I mean the season started just before the summer really kicked off here. So have lap time. You're wrong, facing Ferrari is not useful for lap time. Hello there, Carl, would you kindly, do the corner? Do the thing corner, actually. That just irritated me when I came out of the hairpin on the run down to spoon. The gap on the ACC relative like shot up to like 25 seconds or something like that. Only 3 seconds. When in reality it was just 15 seconds. So I don't know if ACC just gets a bit confused. Because one thing is, as he said, that number is quite fucking accurate. That I have in my personal dashboard. That thing... Oh boy, it's a bit excessively calculated, but it works really well. It uses the similar technique to how the delta is generated to calculate the gap to another car, which makes it ridiculously accurate. Like I can precisely see where somebody's gaining on me. Although the problem is, it's relative. You're driving at a different spot on the track. So I don't... So they're more like at whatever spot they are now. Like the spot 14 seconds ago they are faster now. That's sort of a deal. But when you're like couple tenths separated, that's a couple seconds separated, that's easy to calculate with. Or I see the guys with another level. Well, he still hasn't pitted yet. But sure. Because he's going the same strat as me, which is to just splash. The difference is I pitted with everybody else at the midpoint of the race. Because it just makes more sense. Well, to cover off people this way. Again, it does give them a precise number to which they need to close in. But, the other hand, it gives them a precise number how far they're back, actually. But yeah, Tom and Darren had decided to change tires in their pit stop, that's why they're behind. Although Tom has already in the last 15, 16 minutes, something like that, made up some 13 seconds. So yeah, he do be flying. I mean, massively faster than the first half of the race where he gained about 13 seconds on me. Thing is that well, it doesn't really help him much, because there's a thing that you can do at Suzuka and a couple other tracks when there's no pit window but a mandatory pit stop exists, because start finish is after, you know, after the pit, after your pit box, but still in the pit lane, so you can save a bit of time by driving into the pit lane on the last lap. And the big advantage is if you are just about to be lapped, you will literally prevent yourself from losing a position, further positions to the cars behind. Because if you're just about to lap, the leader will finish the race behind you, and then you can just go around and make your pit stop, while there's no one contesting behind you anymore, because they already finished a lap down to you. It's silly, but it's possible to do. It's just the reality. If you're already doing splash and dash in this race, it doesn't really help that much. Like, and being the leader, you know, that's like the bigger part that doesn't help. Because I will just inherit in the lead. Yeah, the only 3 rounds this season that I changed tires were first round at Monza, because first round. And and then in Nürburgring because it was a 90-minute race, and then in Bathurst again because it was a 90-minute race. This was planned to be a 90-minute race, but it was shortened down to 60 minutes because forcing 7 people to circulate for 90 minutes on their own is just a certain form of torture. like, as I said to Darren during retrack, like, the people that will turn up will likely be willing to do 90 minutes. It's just, do we have to put them through that? It's like they would do it for sure, but like, but at a certain extent it becomes boredom. And I am someone who does 3-hour races, 4 hours solo easily. Oh yeah, the Mustang is now finally in the pits. So I'm finally leading the race now. And then check when we actually start the lap, right? Nah, we have at least 2 laps to go at this point. Just. Right, because we're 40 seconds in and there's 1 minute 30 remaining, so we will cross start finish with like 8 seconds remaining. Like, we might be able to squeeze that in just before Tom. But not quite. So we'll just continue going on with full speed. Darren has had a very slow race because the Mustang has now exited the pits 22 seconds behind us. Entered the pits about 15 seconds in front, just short splash, as assumed. But yeah, Darren has fallen back to P5, even passed by Camps. And Camps is like 25 seconds behind the Mustang. Yeah, Darren must have had an accident and is now limping a damaged car around the circuit for the remainder of the race. So let me torture him again, but turning another lap. Right, 10 seconds. Right, 6 seconds remaining. Woo! You can never trust the Porsche. Do not suddenly just go a massive spikes oversteer. That force you to make massive counter-steer movements just to keep going straight. I've ran the entire race on low beams. Just noticed. Our track has in the meantime actually gone fast finally. It's just taken an hour. But I mean, part of the problem is that there's like only... How many cars do we have remaining here? 8? 8 cars circling on the circuit. It is not particularly conducive towards rubbering the surface in. I did pick up 5 liters in the pit stop and we're finishing with more or less 4 liters in the fuel tank now. So The extra fuel was quite needed. Right. That was like decent drive. Like even before he pitted, right? I mean, I would have likely ended up at least 20 seconds down. That didn't work. Well, he tried to make it interesting by changing tires, I guess. That's a strat. To not drive away by just changing tires, but in the end, he didn't quite make the time back again. Like, if he didn't have the 10-second time penalty, he would have. Like, that's a particular clear point. He would have actually made the time back up. Darren finished P5, so that wasn't... Oh wait, I forgot them. Yeah. Me typoing for fuck's sakes, like gods. Okay, so. Yeah, wait. I forgot to type way in the end. Oh, whatever. But yeah, Darren had his... Is this his worst finish this season? Oh, Grasswood is just about to finish the race, finally. Bonk. Finishing 60 seconds behind the last car that finished. Which was Foreman. So he finished over 2 minutes behind me, basically. Yeah, 153 seconds behind me, Jesus. Dude, it's an achievement in itself. Final lap must have been god slow. Yeah, it was a 2-minute 44. Right, first sector is fine, second sector is fine, and then the last sector is just like... Yeah, he took a minute to get through that. Oh, that's fun. Alright, let's see what happened there in the last lap. In the last sector. Did he like die or something? Okay. Alright, let's exit the server so we can look at the replay. I mean, we do know most things that happened in this race, but there's 2 open questions, and that is what happened to Darren and then what happened to getting Reswood on the final lap. Let's answer the last one first. It's the beginning of the final sector, effectively. Somewhere around these corners. I think like on this straight is actually where the last sector starts. So the last sector is really just 130R, the chicane, and then the final corner. It's a 28-second long sector. Nothing happened here. Oh, actually, wait a minute. My replay rips off before that. My replay doesn't contain the end of his lap. Because he starts at his final lap. But yeah, he scored 1 lap down because the replay saves. I missed my opportunity to look at what the fuck he did there on the final lap. Well, we can figure out what happened to Jones. very difficult to tell if this guy has damage or not. Because depending on how the light shines onto it. So he comes in, he's early on his pit stop compared to us. I mean, maybe I missed him having a drive-through or something like that. Nothing really happened on this outlap, and like I can't tell anywhere else, but he's like... I mean, Camps is actually behind him at this point. And a decent chunk of time. And Camps is making up ground, but like... he for sure as shit is making up quite a bit of ground here. Like, look at that. That is a lot of ground being in. Is there anything in this lap that's like... it's 2x this briefly. Okay, he's driving second gear in this section. Compared to me, who always carries third for the entire thing. And I carry fourth through that upper corner. And sometimes third through the lower part. But second is no fine. That really tight exit is interesting with a line. I'm not seeing anything glaringly bad so far. He's running a bit different lines, but they might work better. He's not particularly fast for 130R, but then I wasn't. He doesn't use the curb at all on the inside there, but it's like you detour a lot. Yeah, he lapped only a 2:03 high, so that's not great. See what Cam's clocked in. Yeah, second faster. Right, so the Cam's is roughly lapping my lap times at this point. Although Cam's, I think, has changed tires. Put it slightly into perspective. So... I feel like he's gained a lot there. This is just the perpetual time losses here. Just adding up. You can see the gaps just slowly shrinking. Like you can see, you barely see Darren that turning, and then it's just 2 laps later. Turn for the corner, and then you can see him set up the corner entirely, and then 2 laps further, and he's like basically there. Like he's gaining so much on him. I don't know why he's so goddamn slow at this point. Yeah, he's lapping nearly 04s. Maybe he had an incident in the first stint? Because he did battle the Mustang for a bit. Alright, let's... Probably the pass happens during this lap. Okay, he's going defensive already, trying to break the draft, yeah. Laveau weaves a lot there. He doesn't have that much overspeed on him. Oh boy, he's so much faster for turn 1. Jones just has no grip seemingly. I don't know what he's doing. Because he clearly like took... Oh, wait a minute. I mean, he did need to take a 15-second time penalty. Maybe he is actually on all tires at this point. Maybe Jones did actually not take tires in the pit stop. Either Camps is lagging here or like Jones is lagging. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. But yeah, I guess that's what actually happened. You might have just picked up like... The thing is, because he does... Yeah, because I can't be sure what actually service sort of he did. Besides that he ended up behind me. Right. But he had obviously like a 15-second time penalty from winning the last race, so... But that he's... I mean, yeah, Tom obviously had like some nearly 30 seconds on him. Also, this was like the pass around the outside 130R here. Should have talked over it really that much. Just some Alonso stuff. And Jones is back now. Right, but that makes no sense. Jones didn't change tires actually. Right, let's watch this time it. Because I thought for the longest time he had. Right. 29. Let's fast forward a bit. So 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, and then it goes. But that would suggest a full service. Right. Because it's from 29. No, that suggests that he did 30 seconds. Whatever the fuck he did in 30 seconds. Right, he had 15 seconds of time penalty, obviously. He had to serve that. And then he took like 15 seconds worth of like fuel or something. I don't know why he would take this much fuel, but sure. When my pit stop was like 4 seconds. Yeah, I mean, I just did literally the math. Like, he must have just like taken a lot of fuel there. Went 50-50, that's why. But even then, like... Nah, I think like a full fuel tank was like 25 cents. It's like 22 something seconds to refuel 120 liters. So like refueling 40, I mean even that wouldn't take this long. 12 something seconds, yeah, and then you obvious overtime. And yeah, I mean, you get 4 liters in, no, you get 5 liters per second. Actually. You get 5 liters you can refuel per second. You get 3 seconds for nozzle insertion time. Yeah, I think those numbers do add up. Yeah, those numbers do seem to add up then. Oh, 40 liter. That's still... It'll be still long because you... As I said... You needed a... Well, I mean, you did need like closer to 45 liters. Right. So you do need like 9 seconds just for fuel and then... 45 liters, that's 9 seconds for fuel, and then like 3 seconds for nozzle insertion time. Yeah, we're ending up for 12 seconds again. And it's 12 something because you probably didn't take 45. Because I mean, I would nearly ran out of fuel for like 90 liters, so... I think I did start on 90 liters. And had to, took 5 liters in the pit stop because I would otherwise just risk bleeding out of fuel. And I finished with 4 liters, so like, I kind of needed that fuel. I mean, at some point there was some side-by-side action between you and the Mustang. I'll just try finding that, maybe. Ah, yes it is. Well, at least some of it. But yeah, the Mustang, they're struggling quite a bit. And this is like lap 9, lap 10. Oh boy. That's why you guys immediately dropped like 1.5, 2 seconds to me, because... If you drive from side by side into -1 and both of you take it really easy while going side by side, it's no surprise that suddenly like multiple seconds got wiped out. I know I wanted to take the risk there. Oh yeah, if you're still there, what tires did you guys run in qualifying? Because I ran the entire Qualy session on a dry set. Well, 2 drive sets I used for Qualy. I'm pretty sure Tom ran wets for the first 25 minutes, and then the last 5 minutes he ran dries. It's very clear that that's what he did. Because he had the pace advantage early in the session, and then he at some point couldn't improve anymore, and then I started like really gaining on him with my dry set. But yeah, that was the thing. Felipe. Well, he's probably long gone at this point. Right. I can wrap it up now. When I was sort of gifted a win here by Tom deciding that he wanted to spice it up by pitting. And then, you know, slightly miscalculating how much time he would lose by pitting. It do be like that sometimes though. Right. Okay then. Had the muffin buffer. Why is everybody now showing up as I wrap up the stream? That's funny. Right. I will be back on Thursday to start Metro Exodus. We will finally be starting that game on Thursday. So be looking forward to doing that. Jesus, G-Fox has caused a massive amount of spam there. Somewhere in here is a ping and I can't see it. I seem to find it right now. I should be checking pings right now. Should be wrapping up. But yeah, we've... Oh yeah, it's the announcement of the Fall Championship of Pan Am. I don't know, I don't think I'm interested in that. I mean, they seem to be also struggling just to put people on the grid. So I'd say how that's much more worth my time. Right. Okay then. It is time to say good night. Bye bye. Well, yeah, but I have to think about what I'm gonna do over the weekend. There's another game releasing next week that I will be playing. But in any case, we will be Metro first, and then I will figure out what we're not gonna